Okay, everybody, welcome everyone to the video. Today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be showing you how to diagnose a problem when a problem occurs with your RV sewer hose. This is a unit connected to the dump station. Now, if you guys can tell, this unit right here is designed to be connected to your dump station. Now, if you guys can look here, so today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be using the Valterra Silverback as an illustration for when you start developing an issue with your RV sewer hose. We're going to show you guys how to diagnose the problem with your RV sewer hose. So, if you guys can tell here, it's really hot where I live. If it's hot where you live, I suggest that you guys would please get you some water or something like that. Practice heat safety as well too, okay? Everybody, so today in this video, we are going to be asking a question. How do I diagnose my sewer hose if a problem or if an error occurs? If an error occurs. Now, there's a couple of solutions. There's a couple of solutions that you can use. You can actually use the squeezing method, which is basically squeezing your RV sewer hose to find the obstruction inside your hose. Basically, with this hose being crush resistant, you can squeeze it as well, which is a really nice thing to do as well in order to find the problem with your RV sewer hose. This sewer hose allows you to expand and retract. This sewer hose allows you to expand and retract, which is a really nice thing that you can do. Most of the time when you think about it, there is an RV sewer hose out there that we can buy. Now, if you guys could tell, if you want to buy you another sewer hose, you basically can, because this is basically the best unit you can buy, okay? Everybody, so this is basically a starters video. Now, if you guys want to bear with us here, hopefully we can get you guys to understand. Hopefully I can get you guys to all understand that more frequently enough, you're going to see me doing these videos, okay? Everybody, so if you guys could tell here, this is a RV sewer hose dump station setup. Now, what you're going to find here is you're going to find an RV sewer hose that is 5 feet long. Now, we're going to extend it out we're going to extend it out. We're not going to extend it out, but we're just going to put some turns in it to make it look like it's really real, okay? We're going to make you look like it's real, okay? So, before we start, I'm going to turn the hose a few ways, but before we begin, there are a couple things I'd like to tell you guys. Now, if you would like to join in, please, if you would like to join in with me, please feel free to do so, okay? Feel free to do so, okay? Feel free to do so now if you want to join in, okay? Now, here's the first thing that we're going to do. Now, the first thing that we're going to do when you're working with an RV sewer hose, you're going to find an issue. Now, let me show you guys how to diagnose an issue if you're beginning to have an issue with your RV sewer hose. Now, RV sewer hoses are very, very, very long. Sometimes they're very, very, very short. This one right here is a 5 foot long silverback sewer hose extension. Now, this unit again is designed to allow you to empty out your black water and your gray water tanks at a dump station. Now, when fully extended, this unit is going to measure 5 feet in length. But now, before we begin this test, I'm actually going to bend this sewer hose in a couple of ways, like this way here, and that way there. Okay, everybody, if you can tell that right there, if you can tell me right there, I'm not trying to be rude. Okay, everybody. So here's this unit right here. It is a silverback sewer hose extension. Basically, if you want to use it on your RV sewer hose, you can, but here's the whole thing. Now, the first thing that we're going to make you guys understand is when a problem arrives, when an error occurs with your RV sewer hose, and if you don't know about it, how am I supposed to diagnose my RV sewer hose? And how do I troubleshoot the problem? Now, troubleshooting is very important with an RV sewer hose, because if you don't do that, you're going to begin to have a really big problem with your RV sewer hose, like a mess or sewage spewing out of the hole or hose or whatever you're whatever you're concerned about. Now everybody, so today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be showing you guys how to diagnose your sewer hose if and when a problem occurs. When a problem occurs with the unit. Now let me show you guys this. The first thing that we're going to do is this. You pull your black water in your gray water tank. Okay? Now, and as the water is flowing through the unit, the flow begins to slow down. Okay, watch this. The flow begins to slow down. All right? So the reason why your flow is slowing down is you don't know why. Okay, so in order for us to find out why, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to open up. We're actually going to unhook the Valterra Flush King. So before we unhook the Valterra Flush King, we're going to close the valve on the Flush King. And then we're going to unhook the Flush King itself from the bayonet fitting of the Valterra Silverback. Everybody, so if you guys could tell here, this unit is a little hard to disconnect now since we're out here in the scorching heat. Hopefully it'll make it much easier for me to disconnect the unit from the thing. All right, there we go. All right, everybody, so now that we have disconnected the Valterra Flush King from the unit, we're going to now look inside of our unit and we're going to see what's causing this issue. We're going to look on the inside of the unit and see what's causing this issue to occur. Now, if you guys know what's going on the inside, basically it is a sewer backup, or you may have a clog or an obstruction inside of the sewer hose. For example, your hose begins to get obstructed, if you guys could tell. You may sometimes get an obstruction right in the bayonet fitting and the Valterra Flush King's groove. Now, when I put these units back together, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put these units back together, and I'm going to show you guys what that is going to look like here, okay? So when I reattach the unit, when I reattach the unit, so now, ladies and gentlemen, once you find a problem with your sewer hose or the unit, now that we have found the problem with our RV sewer hose and unit itself, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you guys what you're going to look at. I'm going to show you guys something real quick on the inside of the Valterra Flush King. Let me undo this cap real quick for you all. So let me show you guys the inner grooves, the inner locking mechanism of the Valterra Flush King. If you guys could tell here, on the inside of the Valterra Flush King, you could tell there's a big groove on the inside of the Valterra Flush King's mouth. But now it's basically at the tail end of it. Now the tail end is basically the gate valve itself. Now let me bring it up to the camera a little bit so you guys can see it, so you guys can see what's going on. Okay, so if you guys could tell here, this is what you're going to see on the inside of the Valterra Flush King. Now you can tell here that it does have that big bump in there, which is going to be a little bit of a clogging hazard for the sewer hose if it begins to get clogged or act up in any mood or way that you don't want it to act up in. So now that we have finished the troubleshooting part, we're going to collapse the hose back to where it was before. Let me grab the cap here because that is basically our black water and gray water tank model. Now that we have grabbed the black water in the gray water tank cap. We're now going to get into the second part of it. Now, if you guys can look here, now that we have found the problem, in our next video, we're going to show you how to unclog. We're actually going to show you guys how to repair a sewer hose that has a problem. Now, ladies and gentlemen, in the how-to series or segment, what you're going to find here is that most situations like this, you're going to have 2 or more times frequently mentioned as you're emptying out your black and your gray water tanks. The unit again is designed to give you the option of using water or not. But now, if you guys could tell here, in our next video, we will be using water. We will be using the well water. We're going to show you guys in our next video. We're going to show you guys how to empty out your black water and your gray water water tanks. We're actually going to also go through the steps of how to connect your sewer hose to the dump station and how to disconnect your sewer hose from the dump station after you're emptying out your black water and gray water tanks, after you're done. Okay? Everybody, so this is it. Now, if you look here, the next thing we're going to go through now is we're going to be going through the next demonstration scenario. The next scenario we're going to be using is this. Say that you're emptying out your black and your gray water tanks. So what we're going to do is pull our valve. Once the valve is pulled, we're letting the wastewater flow through the RV sewer hose. The next thing we're doing is we're allowing the sewage to flow through. Next thing you know good and well that your sewer is acting up again. Look at this. Your sewer is acting up again. You see that? Your sewer is acting up again. Now look at this. This time, the sewage from other RVs and campers is backing up into your sewer line. Now, everyone, so sewage is already backing up into your camper. Watch this. Now, do you know what's going on? Basically, it is called a sewer backup. A sewer backup. It's called a sewage backup. Now, a sewer backup is basically when raw wastewater that is untreated gets into your camper and it backs up into the RV. We're now going to close the valve to stop the flow of wastewater. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to leave the wastewater valve open. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, if you guys can tell here, this is basically something that you really have to understand when it comes to emptying out your black water and your gray water tanks. Now, if you look here, one of the statutory factors and circumstances with you using an RV sewer hose like this, you could tell everyone that the wastewater that is emptying out of your black and gray water tanks, as it goes back into the system, you're going to have an issue with it even more. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to show you guys this. The next scenario we're going to demonstrate is you're emptying out your black water and your gray water tanks. You're emptying out your black water and your gray water tank. Your black water and your gray water tanks. And then what happens? Sewage starts spewing everywhere out of the hose instead of going into the ground at the dump station. Well, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to show you guys one problem that people will sometimes have when it comes to dealing with a nasty RV sewer hose. Okay, let me show you guys this. So the reason why I unhooked this sewer hose from the dump station is, if you look here, I'm going to connect it back, if you guys could tell, because sometimes the hose will get kinked. Sometimes the hose will get kinked, and sometimes the son of a gun has fallen. But if you guys could tell here, pick up the unit real quick, and that's it. Pick up the unit here. Pick up the unit here. Lay the unit down into the dump station. All right, everybody. Disconnect. Everybody, I'm so sorry. I'm having an issue with this hose. This hose is giving me a hard time because of it kinking on me at different times. All right, everybody, so if you guys could tell here, this unit again is designed. So let me show you guys this. You have sewage coming out at your connection points at your RV. That's called a leak. L-E-A-K. A leak. No leaks? Well, yeah, you are going to have some leaks sometimes. Everybody, so one thing that you may get to understand, everybody, with the Valterra Silverback, sometimes it does leak, sometimes it does not. Tomorrow, everybody, we're going to show you how to use a bigger RV sewer hose. That is going to be after we demonstrate the dump station setup tomorrow. That's going to be that's basically going to be how to use the Valterra. That's basically going to be how to use the unit as well, okay? If you guys could tell here, tomorrow, we're going to show you guys how to use the Valterra. We're going to show you guys how to empty out your black water and your gray water tanks. So, ladies and gentlemen, now that we have finished the scenario section, you guys could tell now it is time for us to end the video. Thank you guys for watching the video, everyone. If you guys have enjoyed it, please subscribe to the video on YouTube if you have any questions or concerns. If you do have any questions or concerns, please feel free to text me in the comments below, in the comments section down below. Thank you for watching the video. Have a great day.